Amazing. Can you please quickly introduce yourself?
So I'm Philippe Bernard-Treille from the European Investment Fund, working in impact investing, trying actually to make the change with you guys. Who I think change now is a real accurate topic. If you look at the SDGs, they have been launched in 2015, 5 years ago. What has been done so far?
What have you been doing so far?
Good question, exactly. And you know, EIF, the European Investment Fund, and the investment impact investing strategy at EIF has been always at the core of our strategy. We have started in 2013 in trying to address social and environmental issues with the social impact accelerators. And today we have invested in 20 impact investing funds all across Europe. It was a vehicle of 243 million euros, and this has been now deployed all across Europe. But I think building impact ecosystem, first ecosystem start with communities. And we have tried actually to accompany the communities first by deploying a couple of instruments. The first instrument was this fund trying to back social enterprise. Also, you can see all across Europe some incubator and accelerators, people working on tennis table and trying to build something. That's why with the Juncker plan, we have tried to develop a product to back social startups. So putting a fund next to an incubator of social startup in order to fuel these startups, because we want at EIF to cover the full development of a social enterprise, starting from a very, very tiny enterprise in an incubator, providing capital to them, because this is the future of our social economy. And then using the money that we have invested in other funds, right, in late-stage funds, in order, when these companies are mature enough to go to the next step, they get this financing from us. And then we have also deployed and invest in new instruments in order to change the public sector mindset, to change the way we are doing things with this payment by result, or what we call contrat impact social in France. And by the way, we will sign a nice signature tomorrow at 3:15 in this room. And here we are trying actually to bring capital to NGOs, to social enterprise, to social sector organization, because these companies are delivering great impact and they need capital. So EIF is trying to cover the full spectrum of the development of an SME. And I think this is very, very key for the social economy.
And what's the difference for you, or, you know, this question of kind of an impact company, a social enterprise? I know a lot of it's terminology, but what's the kind of EIF stand on how much money a company needs to make and how much impact it needs to have, and where the kind of balance is?
A social enterprise, you know, that's the definition of social enterprise is very interesting, because a lot of people have different definition of the social enterprise. For us, when you do impact investing, you need first to have the intention to deliver an impact. We are also talking about profit. Why? Because if you don't have the involvement of the private sector, how can you build a market infrastructure which will be financially sustainable? Grants are super important, and I will come to blended finance afterwards. But we need absolutely to attract the private sector into the social economy. This is the key element for building and for financing all these startups that you can see outside. And the European Union is embarked to support this initiative.
So how?
It's social innovation. It's and climate change. It's at the core of our business model. This is something that we want to support, partner with the private sector, also build bridges between the private sector and the public sector. Because if we don't change the mindset of the public sector, we cannot get anywhere.
So how are you doing that? How are you building those bridges, or how are you making the private sector kind of take impact investing seriously and sort of see financial returns for them in it?
Exactly. So what we're trying to do is one of the key value add of EIF is to build a market infrastructure, right? In order to do that, we need to attract the private sector. In order to do that, what we do is to try to build instruments that are investable, okay? So impact investing funds that are financially attractive for traditional investors that will put money in impact investing, will test impact investing, and they will be convinced about that. Why? Because now, if you are an investor, the financial value is not enough. You need to include social and environmental value. This is the future. Without that, it's not enough anymore.
How are we going to get more? How are we going to get more investors of all kinds putting kind of ESG kind of criteria into investments?
So ESG is not impact investing first. Impact investing is really intentional. You know, it's where you have the correlation between the financial return and the social return. When a company will sell a product or a service, it will achieve money, but also an impact. And this is what we are looking at. The company also needs to be profitable. Otherwise, how can we develop the business model of this company? It's also an enterprise, you see? So, and it's the way that we will manage actually to change paradigm, to change the way we are doing things, to change, and we need to do it now. It stay here, change now. But go, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of investors in the room. But, I mean, how many of you have already invested in an impact investing funds? Or in an incubator of social startups? Or in a social outcome contract, in which we try to transfer the risk and the investment from the public sector to the private sector, making sure that there is an impact. And when there is an impact realized, then we are reimbursed. And then with this type of methodology, with this type of contrat impact social, what we say in French, we manage to test social innovation. And it's the way that we will manage to change the way we do things, to change the way the investors make money. They will not only make money, they will also make impact. And they are all after this type of concept now. And I think EIF is really with you, supporting you. The European Union is supporting you to achieve this change of paradigm. So if you are ready to embark in this journey, let's team up together. Let's build the bridge, you know, just for the future generation, for our kids. You know, I think we cannot do what we have done in the past. We need clearly to change, and to change now.
I think we should end there. That was pretty great. Round of applause.
Okay, no. I mean, it's true. I think, you know, look, we have faced over the past few years a big refugees crisis in all our countries, right? EIF in 2017, what we have done for that? We have tried to respond to that, helping Finland to test the social innovation. We have put money up front that to try to include these migrants, refugees into the labor market, testing a new social intervention with investor money. And if these people are employed, then investors, including EIF, will be reimbursed. This is an equity risk, right, in which we can lose our full commitment with an appropriate risk-return ratio. And today we have 800 migrants and refugees in job at the moment, thanks to this instrument. This is the impact of EIB Group, this is the impact of EIF, and this is the impact of the European Union.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.